We're focusing on the Electoral Commission, and only one party agent at the opening of the voter register at the Children's Library adjacent to the Opoku Municipal Assembly was present. That is the NPP agent, and the rest were yet to turn up. Meanwhile, turnout at the centers visited was relatively low.
Can you take us through the process? What is happening so far?
Okay, so far we are here and we don't have, as you can see, we have just about 4 people around, and the first thing is to register them. So for example, the first person I have is 19 years, so I will take his particulars, that's the name and all that. He is 19 years as I've checked right now, so I will fill the voter registration form for him, and then he is to come with guarantor, so the guarantor is also around to guarantee for him. So from there, then he goes to capture for the picture, and then go to the laminator for the card to be laminated for him.
Okay, talking about the party reps, who and who are here so far?
Okay, the MPP party agents are here.
My younger brother, who has just turned 19 years, how do you feel registering at this time?
Oh, I feel very happy.
You feel, and what is your expectation as you're registering for the first time?
Oh, is to vote for my current person that I'm interested in. Yes.
And for you, how do you see the process? You came with your dad. I've seen your dad around too. How do you see the process so far?
Oh, it is very fine and cool. Yes.
Alright, so we're still focusing on the exercise, and we're staying in Accra here while we're trying to get correspondents across the country. But we're speaking with Daniel Opoku, who's also following the exercise here in Accra. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Wendy.
Now, where exactly are you, and what's happening there regarding the exercise? Has it started?
Yeah, the exercise began around 7 a.m. this morning, and I'm currently at Ajembo, electoral area, which is around that's around Matago area. Here, there are no longer, there are just some few people who have to do that registration exercise. And when I spoke to the returning officer, what she told me was that they have not encountered any difficulty. Everything is moving on smoothly. So by and large, things have been very successful. But before coming to this place, we went to other places. For instance, we went to Blacksmith, where we encountered a problem where a young man had to come in with his old voter's registration card. And per the rules, you are supposed to come along with a guarantor for the person to guarantee before you be able to do the registration. But according to the board, because he doesn't live in the area, and based on the information he got, he couldn't come along with anybody. For that reason, there was some sort of a bit of a misunderstanding between him and the returning officer. For that reason, he decided to abandon the registration and he left.
Okay, and that area also recorded a low turnout?
Not really. After the time we're living there, they had been able to register about 20 people. So the people are just coming in gradually to register.
Okay.
They're just coming in gradually to register.
And did you see the party agents around?
Hello?
Did you see the party agents around, specifically at the centers?
We have the political parties around. The place that we visited, the political parties representatives, and they are monitoring team. Everybody, they gathered to monitor every exercise that was being conducted.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Daniel Opoku, for that update. He visited 2 centers in the Greater Accra region, and he gave us some updates on turnouts, and also he did mention that the party agents or representatives were at the centers he visited. Remember, you can get interactive. Facebook and Twitter is News on TV. So I have one comment from Abdullah Abdulrazak, and he says that he feels that the low turnouts should be attributed to the lack of education, that he feels that the education hasn't gone down well on the part of the EC. But you can also send your comments. Facebook and Twitter is News on TV. So we'll be trying to reach other correspondents across the country to give us some more updates on the exercise. And now we have our Northern Regional correspondent Zack Kadri on the line to give us some updates on what's happening in the Northern region. Hello, Zack.
Hello, Wendy.
Now, Zack, I just spoke to Daniel some few seconds ago, and he says that the centers he's visited, people are trickling in. Is that the same situation there? Has the exercise started?
Yeah, people are trickling in for a registration exercise, but they are not coming in numbers as probably expected. At some of the centers that are visited, as of now, the highest number is about 20 recorded at the Sanaragu Dingu area. In Tamale Metro, they have 41 centers that are supposed to register, and then in Sanaragu, 23. But I'm told that the officers they've been giving enough training, they've been giving enough materials, enough kits. They have the camera, printers, laptops, batteries, and backup to ensure that there's no problem in the registration. But people are not coming as they expected this morning. Wendy.
But have you been able to find out specifically why they're trickling in bits?
Well, the deputy regional electoral officer, Mr. Larry, said that I think the problem is probably lack of enthusiasm, and possibly because of the rain. Some of them have gone to farms. This is the farming season in northern region. So almost all those who are met at the centers were young ones, and possibly as well because most of them have the registration already. So they are only registering those who are 18 and above, and those who never registered during the who were above who were above 18 but did not register. But they put mechanism in place. If somebody is above 18 and wants to register, he's supposed to fill a form to tell them that why he did not register earlier. If he was out of the country, if for some reason he could not register, then there is a form for him to fill, and this will cross-check with whatever they have in the database.
Okay, now did they all start at the same time, and what time did they start in the northern region?
When at Sanaragu Dungu, that around UGS, by 7 o'clock the registration officers were there. That was the first day I visited. Then at Sabonjira, I got there around 8 o'clock, the officers were there. Then at Ababu at 8:40, the officers were there. And we started on time.
Okay. Now, finally, before I let you go, are the party agents on the ground?
Sorry, come again.
Are the party agents on the ground?
No, I did not see any party agent. I only met one of them at the regional electoral officer's office, who wanted to also find out how things were going on. That was the time the electoral officer, regional electoral board, and the deputy were also preparing to go out to do monitoring. At the time I visited the place.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that update, Zack Kadri, from the northern region. We move straight to the eastern region, where Yvonne is standing by on the phone. I think we've lost Yvonne. Okay, we have her now. Hello, Yvonne. Can you hear me, Yvonne?
Can hear you, Wendy.
Now, we've seen the picture in the Greater Accra region, also in the northern region. They're telling us, that our reporters are telling us, that people are trickling in gradually. Is that the same situation in the eastern region, specifically the centers you've visited?
Wendy, the situation in the eastern region is not so different. People are trickling into registration centers to partake in the limited registration exercise. Because it's a limited registration exercise, you are not seeing long queues or people in queues. You just see one or two people get to the registration centers to write their names. And again, from the observation we've seen, because there's been changes in dates for the exercise, most people are not aware of the date. But the temple officers are hoping that as the day goes by, many people will get to know of the exercise and then come to write their name.
Now, how many centers did you visit, and when did the exercise start?
When we've been to 3 districts. We started from the Itiakem North district.
Okay.
We have Tinkon early, as at 8:45. Nobody had been to the polling registration center. Tikuma had just 4 people who had come to write their names. Then to the capital, which is the New Jabe municipality, we visited 5 centers. For the Methodist boys, just 3 people had come to write their names at 10:15. Social welfare, 4 people as at 10:46. For the Opoku Registration Center, just 1 person had come to write the name as at 11:23. And then for the Central Hospital, 8 people have written their name as at 11:40.
Okay, and again, did you realize that if the officers had the right material and equipment in place to ensure smooth operation of this exercise?
Very well, Wendy. Everything was in place for the exercise.
Okay, another one has to do with party agents. Some parts of Accra, the agents were there, others they weren't. In the northern region, also Zack did mention that that situation was almost the same. Is that the same in the eastern region?
They are very well represented here, especially for the 2 major parties, the NPP and the NDC. You see the 2 of them at the registration centers.
All right, well, thank you very much for that update, Yvonne Kamya. So we've seen the picture in some parts of the Greater Accra region. We've seen the northern region and the eastern region. We'll still bring you some more updates on the voter registration exercise. Send your comments. Facebook and Twitter is News on TV3. You're still watching Midday Live. We have What Do You Think Now?
The Electoral Commission has begun its limited voters registration today, but the Supreme Court had earlier ruled that the NHIS cards cannot be used as a means of registration because it does not authenticate one's nationality. So what do you think?
The thing is for Ghanaians only. If you go to America or any other part of the world, you can't indulge in anything that is for the nationality. So if foreigners are bound to have the NHIS, to use it to perhaps register is not in the right direction.
So far as it doesn't specify, then it's risky for us as Ghanaians to even accept it.
If they have ruled that they can't use it, I think we have to agree to whatever they have.
Just a bit free kumuha. No register. They not quite simply. Yes, a BOI so free. What register to be on free ones to be register up to, but not quite going to be free.
Anybody at all can come from outside to come and do national identification card or ID. So I don't see the reason why somebody from outside your country can come and take decision for you.
You can see that a lot of foreigners have also registered in Ghana. So when that happens, I don't think we will have correct Ghanaians voting, and that is going to cause a problem like the 2012 election being taken to the Supreme Court. We don't want that this time, so I don't think that's the right thing to be done.
So still on the voter registration exercise from Accra, we move to the northern region, to the eastern, and shortly we will be joined by William Evansinkum from the Ashanti region to give us some updates. And according to our reporters, I did speak to this afternoon, the exercise started on time. Some parts did have party agents present and available. Other areas didn't have party agents around. And according to our reporters, people are trickling in bits by bits. And for some of them, the education was quite low-key. You can also be a part of this bulletin. If you have registered or not, or you're in a specific area, send your comments. Facebook and Twitter is News on TV3.
Voter registration exercise has kick-started across the country, and here in the Ashanti region we have a total of 1,103 registration centers dotted across the Ashanti region, and I must tell you that it's been a very smooth exercise since it began somewhere around 9 a.m. this morning. In every center we have 6 registration officers who are saying to it that the number of people who come here to register for the first time as far as election 2016 is concerned are actually done without any hitch, and we've not recorded any problem so far. It's been a very smooth exercise, and the Ashanti Ashanti Regional Minister has also been touring some of the polling stations. Very soon we will be interviewing him to actually seek his own observation as far as his star is concerned. And as you can see, I mean, there are a lot of people who have come here to register for the first time as far as the country's election is concerned. We will be speaking to the registration officer here before we speak to the Ashanti Regional Minister. Very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
So this center is
New Zongo.
Wonderful. So how many people have registered so far?
As at now, only 12 people have registered.
Okay, and you were expecting how many?
In fact, as at this time, I was expecting more than 50 people to be registered.
Okay, so far, what can you tell us as far as the exercise is concerned? Has it been smooth as you had expected?
Yeah, from the beginning it was smooth, but as it is getting to the hour of 12, some disturbances came in.
And then what actually brought about that disturbances?
Those who were not registered during the 2012 election, I mean, they were not in the country, but when they come in for registration, they wanted me to register them at once, but the regulation is not telling me to do so.
Okay, so I'm sure you've been speaking to them or educating them on what to do.
By all means, I'll have to educate them.
Wonderful. But let me speak to the Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Dr. Samuel Sapon. He's been touring some of the polling stations or registration centers to tell us his own observation. A very good morning, afternoon to you, sir. You've been touring some of the registration centers. What has been your observation?
I think so far so good. We've actually not recorded any incidents. I mean, so far as my observation is concerned, I think it's good. Here they've registered more than 10, and you agree with me that when we went to their side, we've registered about 6, 7. We've just started, and I think as the day goes by, the number of people who are to register will definitely go up.
Right. You are the chairman of the Regional Security Council, and as we spoke to the registration officer, he made mention of a bit of disturbances. We have to ensure a very smooth exercise, but we haven't seen any security personnel here to ensure sanity as far as this exercise is concerned. What are you going to do? I think something that has just come to your notice.
The initial arrangement was that the police will be patrolling. They were not asked to stand at a particular place. But as you've already mentioned, as of now, there is a need for us to review what we've actually put in place. So I'm going to get in touch with the regional police commander and then assign a policeman to each polling station. And I think that will augur well for the smooth running of this registration.
All right, thanks so much. So Wendy, we will be speaking to the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Samuel Sapon. It's been a very smooth exercise. Yes, of course, we heard the registration officer telling us about some disturbances, but the good news is that they've been able to resolve the situation. We will be visiting more registration centers to also acquaint ourselves with development there, and we will be giving you updates as far as registration here in the Ashanti region is concerned. My name is William Evans Inkum. Over to you, studios. We have more on Midday Live.
Thank you very much indeed, William Evans Inkum. So we've seen some regions. We will also continue to update you on what exactly is happening regarding the voter registration exercise.